everyone, welcome to victoriapakin.com, and today we have special guest. And my guest is natural nutritionist, not natural nutritionist?
Holistic nutritionist.
Sorry, holistic nutritionist. She's a great girl. And introduce yourself to my viewers.
I am Barbara Coe, and as Victoria said, I'm a holistic nutritionist. And what I do is I work with clients with a variety of different health concerns. So I've dealt with people with food allergies, from depression to all different kinds of imbalances within the body, and I help them out through nutrition, because nutrition is the foundation to health, in my opinion, because our body is made up of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and amino acids, carbohydrates, fats. All of that are building blocks to our body, and if we're not supplying our body with that and we're not digesting them properly and absorbing them properly, then that's where we can get imbalances within the body. So I predominantly focus on nutrition, but also as a holistic practitioner, I look at the person as a whole. So a lot of times there could be emotional reasons for their health concerns. It's nutritional, or it could be a variety of different reasons. So my job as a holistic nutritionist is to find the root cause of their health concerns.
And I want to ask you about the holistic part of the nutrition. I know that in the future videos we will talk much more about the food part, but now I want to talk about holistic approach, about the emotional state of the people and how it affects us as a whole person.
Absolutely. It's a huge factor, and I think that's what sets apart holistic practitioners from other practitioners, is because we look at the whole picture and not just, here are the signs and symptoms, here is your remedy, because everyone is unique, everyone's an individual, and so what works for one person doesn't always work for another. And I find too, when I'm working with clients, is that there's always an emotional component, whether or not a client recognizes it at first, but as they're talking to me,
100%.
And there are a lot of people, and they don't realize until they start talking to me, and it's not about nutrition, and they're talking about their health concerns. Sorry, what was that?
I'm realizing it.
You're realizing it?
Yeah, I'm an emotional eater.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know, like in my journey, it's always been part of my life, let's say. The most miserable in my life I was when I was the thinner. And it's interesting because usually I'm fat and then I'm miserable and go from there to the better health. And my emotional state was much worse when I'm thin, and I was really miserable. So now I'm losing weight, but I'm losing weight so slowly that it will fit my emotional state,
Yeah, and that's where a lot of people, they don't realize, and especially I find in North America, I think partly it's to do with the diet, where we have a lot of processed foods here, and a lot of people go for the processed foods because there's a lot of additives, and there are food scientists, so people who are hired specifically to create foods that you're addicted to. So there is an emotional component as well, but also there's a chemical approach where food scientists are developing foods so that you continue to purchase them and you continue to eat them, and this brings ongoing profit for these big corporations.
Exactly, and I know that they're going to this extent that they measure how long you feel that flavor of the food inside your mouth. So it's like, for soda you need to crave it, but you don't need to feel it too much, because if you will feel it too long, you won't buy next jar of soda. So it's short-term, very strong flavor, but very short-term. So it's just full science working for them, and it's pretty scary.
It is pretty scary. Yeah, and part of it is to use the texture, the taste, like all of that is done in a lab, and it's not something that
you would cook at home.
Exactly.
So all the time I'm saying, you know what? Yes, you want your sweet, make it yourself. Make everything you will do at home or process I know that there is a research, one of the biggest researches about the health and nutrition. It's not exactly what you're eating, just who cooks the food. Because if you will take, I don't know, apples and will make apple pie at home, it will be absolutely different story if you will buy apple pie pre-made. So even if you will eat not so healthy food but made from scratch at home, it will be 1000% better than packaged, bought somewhere, because it's in plant and the temperature are different and the chemicals are absolutely different. You won't use as many chemicals in your food at home that the plant will use it.
And especially when you're cooking food with love and people are eating that and they're taking on that energy when food is cooked with love. And I find, you know, even I remember as a child, we would love pizza, but when my mom made it at home, it was so much better. We loved homemade pizza so much better because the time was put in it, the love was put in it, and then you're eating as a family, you're eating as a whole, and that part of it is nutritious as well, because you're feeding the soul, and not only are you getting really good nutrients because you know what you're putting in your food, but that emotional component of eating with your family, the food was cooked with love.
And this is the most important part, I think, because the food, if you see like in history or in the culture that the food is still important, it's something that brings all family together. And the love that you can, you know, a lot of times, I had a friend, he's a natural nutritionist by himself and he's chef. Yeah, and he, sometimes I can't feel, he's so strongly when he's down through the food, and he's not down, like sometimes he making something because he's like, it's his job and he doesn't like, you know, to cook every time the same, you know, the same emotional state when he cooks, and I can feel the energy in the food. And sometimes I'm trying the food and everyone said, oh, it's good, yes, it's good, but I don't like it because, you know what, I don't feel the energy or the passion inside the food a lot of time. And for me it's important because I want to, I'm almost never going out because of it, because I feel that the food there it's manufactured. And even in the best restaurant a lot of times, you know, people are stressed and people are working their work, their job. So the restaurant usually it's okay, except of a couple of restaurants that I really, really love, and I love the chefs, but it's almost never. But on the other hand, usually I'm making connection with the chefs and I'm talking to them, and I think it's very important to know your community and to be part of it.
Absolutely, it plays a huge part. I find that just like you, when I'm eating food, I always say there's something missing, and it may not be the flavor, but it's that love and attention to creating a meal for someone, and that is something that's really important when it comes to eating.
Yeah, and I think we'll miss this part. Everyone like computers on, and we are eating with computers, and I know that I'm doing it sometimes, and it's like, and we're all doing this sometimes, and it's annoying and etc. But I think food is such a basic need for our body, for our soul, for the humans. Without food we are not going to survive. So the quality of what you're putting inside your body and inside your soul, it's so important.
Yeah, it's almost like we're moving so far away, but now we're going back to the way our ancestors used to live, where food was always cooked at home, you eat as a family, you prepare meals as a family, and I think that's a direction where we would like to go back and maybe not move forward, but go back to the way things used to be.
And it's cultural.
It's cultural, and so many places around the world, it's mandatory, it's accepted, it's an everyday activity where the family sits together and eats at home. Here, you gotta go eat, the kids gotta eat at a different time because they have to go to swim lessons or they have to go to dance lessons, and then the parents are coming home late from work, so they're throwing something in the microwave. And all that rushing energy and the not focusing on their health.
We never stop, and this is and I found that it's more habit and not as much as time, because if you put your priority to eat and to sit half an hour with your family or 20 minutes even meal, it will be much better once a day than none of this at all, or like just once a week.
Exactly.
So you start from somewhere like for 2 times a week or 3 times a week and enjoy each other company and go from there. It doesn't have to be like 3 times a day, you know, because everyone is, we are rushing, we are like busy, crazy, and etc. And you have to start somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to start somewhere, and why not start gradually? We're not saying, you know, just go cold turkey the next day. It's always
If you can do it, please, be my guest, please do it. But if not, you know, incorporate, just put the priority into it. And I think this is the most important part.
Yeah.
We lost the priority of the, you know, family dinner and cooking at home and...
Because it's not just the fact that you're bonding with your family, but it's this holistic approach, is all of the aspects that come when you're eating together, when you're cooking with love, all of that energetic process, the nourishment, and that's when it comes to health, it's not just about, you know, being skinny and the absence of disease. People think, well, I don't have any signs or symptoms of a disease, or I'm skinny, so I'm healthy. And let's look more on a deeper level. We're kind of this surface society where appearances are what matter, and just because a person looks happy, it doesn't mean internally that they are. And I find that we need to redefine what health really is, and it really is about, let's look at food as more as nourishment rather than to satisfy hunger, as it's a way to give our bodies nutrients so that it can detox, to rejuvenate, to give us vitality, to give us happiness.
And the body is the magical machine that can rejuvenate. And I think it's the logic is to give it nourishment to and strength to rejuvenate, and not to take the strength out of it with processed food and etc. So I think this is the most important. Another thing that I loved when you said, pray over your food, or give good vibe, or good energy. So start something about it, because it was absolutely, when I met her first time, she was like talking about it, and it was, oh, another person in the world that knows, like, that really understand the, you know, the basic of it. Because every time I'm cooking and I'm trying to, you know, to send this love through my camera to you, to show you how I love the food, and how the food should be tasted, and how it should feel and etc. And talk about it a little bit, because...
Well, I first think gratitude is such an important practice, and it's an important thing, and it really is something that I've been practicing a lot over the few years, is to give gratitude for the little things in life, and that includes your food, because we need food. If we didn't have food, we wouldn't be surviving. And to give thanks for Mother Nature to provide us with the abundance of food that we have, that it's available, that kind of gratitude to give back, I believe in karma, and when you give gratitude, that kind of energy gets returned to you. And especially, you know, even if you're at a restaurant and you're with lovely people, and the chef may have been rushed in preparing your food, at least you can send a blessing. Thank you for whoever created this food, for Mother Nature, for providing all of these wonderful nutrients, for the nourishment it's going to provide. It not only puts you in a relaxed state, which can help you with digestion, but also it can help send that love into the food, which you can send into your body. And that energy is something that I find is super important when it comes to nourishment. It's not just, you know, even if when you're with someone who might have been in an upset state, and that energy gets put in your food, and when you're sad, does food taste good when you're upset? No, because anytime that I'm sad and I'm eating food, I don't even taste the food. I don't even care about the food. So to give grace to your food. And also find with meat, I have to touch on this, because with factory farmed animals, just imagine being tied with all these other animals in these tight little farms, not even farms, they're in these pens, tight together. Imagine the amount of stresses that's going on. And these are animals, they have intelligence as well. They can sense that they're gonna die eventually.
But on the other hand, if you go to organic and support organic farm, free range animals, and I'm going to this extent to go to the farmers themselves and to talk to them, and be absolutely crazy to check that my chickens and my pork coming from this healthy organic. I have here really lovely farmers that I probably will do the video with them. And there it's goat's pride. They're in Abbotsford in our area, and it's very lovely. And even the eggs, I'm going to check the chickens how they treat their chicken, because I want to eat good healthy eggs with very bright yolks, like orangey, almost orangey yolks,
Yeah.
and
it's not just the nutrients too, it's that energy, because if you're eating eggs from a chicken that's in this small little pen where they don't get access to air and light, that's a stressful environment for them, and you absorb that energy, that stressful energy, you can absorb that. And sometimes it just, if you eat, let's say, a factory farmed piece of steak, you can sometimes see the anger in people after they eat the steak. And I've noticed that when people have eaten factory farmed meats, their kind of their personality changes afterwards, because they're taking on that energy of that animal without even realizing it.
on the other hand, I can say something like small. When you are in your like state of gratitude, it's one of the highest vibration in our world. It's love. It's much higher than even love. The gratitude for everything. So even in this case, and sometimes you go out and you want your steak and etc. So if you are by yourself in state of gratitude, you can eliminate part of this energy even, but you have to be in really relaxed state of mind of very gratitude. Because a lot of time, like, you're going with your friends and everyone blah blah blah, and my work and my this and my that, and everyone like, and all the environment very stressful because we're just after the work, and and blah 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 blah. And I found that it's a little hard when you are with your friends and you started to talk positive, and then everyone looks at you like, really? You don't have problems? Yes, I do, but I don't want to talk about them now. I want to be happy. Let's talk about, I don't know, something nature. Let's talk about some. And I know that you have the same experience, and your friends started to, oh, you're annoying, you're too happy, and it's like, you can't be too happy,
Yeah.
or you can't be too blessed or too.
Yeah, absolutely true. Can't be too blessed. You can't be too grateful for all of the wonderful things that you have in your life.
It's okay. Regina, is it running? Good. Yes. You can't be too blessed.
No, it should be a daily practice. Like, for the little things that we take for granted, gratitude to the food, gratitude to the people around you, that the fact that you have a computer to be able to watch this wonderful video with us.
I love my computer. Excuse me, I love my Mac. I wouldn't see you and I wouldn't meet you ever, like, twice a week without my Mac. So
I'm grateful for my computer and grateful for technology that we can connect with people all around the world and send these messages to you guys.
yeah, so it's like, it's fun, and it's so, like, I'm so blessed to have you here.
I'm grateful for this opportunity. Thank you for sharing me with your viewers.
Yeah, because I found, like, we were speaking about our, like, last week and something, and it was like, and the experiences are so similar, and I want to share a little bit about experience. I spoke about my friend that it's somehow, at some point when you're too like happy and you're this transition to this state of mind, like blissful state of mind, your old friends and your old energy, and if you go about the vibes that the resonate vibes that you are resonating to the world and the universe, they bring you the people that resonate with you, and they brought you to my life because it was like so much fun, and I think it's very fun, and she told me that it was the same with her old friends.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I just find, there's, when everyone grows and are on their own paths and journeys, and the journey that I've taken is a lot more of a spiritual path, and so I've been attracting people like Victoria who, when I talk, I don't have to hold back, or I don't have to worry about my language, because Victoria gets it. And there's a lot of people out there nowadays who understand and have a really strong understanding of what I'm talking about. Whereas there's some people, there's some kind of words and language that I don't use because they're not on that path yet, which is perfectly fine. And hopefully I'll be able to speak more openly with the people that I track in my life.
Yeah. And I gave it to the universe. I told to the universe, you know me, I'm talking a lot, period. And I gave, okay, I want to meet only the people that I like to be with, and I don't have to hold back on to lie or to not to be myself, let's put it this way. And it's very hard, and Regina can come to visit us. She doesn't want to. You know her. But she's the same, we're the same on the same path, and I think it's very important to, you know, to speak your truth, to be yourself, and it gets better, the life gets better, the life gets more, it's our choice to get our life better. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So it's no one else's choice, it's not the society, it's not the parents, it's not the spouses, it's our choice to get better.
Mm-hmm. And what I hope for everyone is that they do follow their truth, because there's so much more progress that can come when you're doing something that's self-fulfilling, that is your true, honest path, and listening to your body and listening to what it's telling you, because your body, the universe is sending you messages all the time, and just be aware of it. And I'm so grateful for the ability of me to be able to listen to my body, to listen to the signs of the universe, to my angels, to my spirit guides who have helped me guide me to this path right now, because I'm so much more happier now that I'm following my truth than in the past, where I was following my truth, and because I followed my truth, that's where it led me to where I am today. And it's a really nice feeling to feel like you're in the right place in your life.
And it takes 4 years, at least for me it took 4 years to come through to this point when I feel absolutely content with myself and with the surrounding, and sometimes people say like guides, spirits, or universe, or source. Like it doesn't matter God, it doesn't matter the vocabulary. It's this small feeling inside that tells you, okay, this is the truth, this is your truth. And sometimes your truth will be absolutely different from my truth.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it will be your path. And I'm always saying, as long as it's positive for you and for your surrounding, it doesn't really matter. I don't have to be nutritionist, let's say, but I want to be chef. So I love to cook and I want to share with you. I love to be YouTuber. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's just different paths that bring us to the same core, gratitude, vibe and vibration and ideas. And absolutely different lives we have. Me as an immigrant, as a gay person, as mother, as everything around me, and she's absolutely like different.
Victoria loves to prepare recipes. I love to cook, but I hate writing up recipes. Not that I hate it, I just don't enjoy it very much, because I'm more of I like to intuitively cook, and I find it drags me down when I'm trying to prepare a recipe. But I help people through educating them about the right foods to eat, which foods to take out, how to transition into a healthier lifestyle, and talking to people and teaching people, and that's one of my passions, is to be able to teach.
And I'm doing the practical work. It's the information, it's nice and lovely, but now let's cook and let's eat and let's do this and that, and let's prepare our next meal, and it will be absolutely fabulous and tasty, and and let's do it, and it's easy. And me, I'm like trying to make the easiest recipes ever for you guys. So I think it's lovely, and there are different people, and everyone will look at the same problem or different problem just differently, but we're okay with it, and it's fun to be ourselves.
Yeah, you don't have to feel as though, oh, this person's doing that, I should be doing that. Well, is that your true authentic self? Are you being authentic to yourself? And that's something that I really like to tell people is, well, is it your authentic truth to be doing that in your life? Or are you doing that because of money, because of your parents, because of your friends, because society's expectations? Why are you doing it? Because you always have the choice. you have the choice of what you want to do, and I hope that it's a choice that resonates with your authentic self.
Yes, and a lot of time, it's just in my experience, and it's in a lot of people that, you know, go through this path, society doesn't like it, unfortunately, a lot of times. And I didn't want to be like negative, but it comes to it sometimes, and it's okay. A lot of times the sanction on the happy person, or okay, we're not taking him because like he's too happy and it makes us uncomfortable, and it's okay. It happens to all of us, and I know all of this enlightenment, and all my friends that enlightened have this kind of experiences in the past and now sometimes, and but I think the most important part in the whole universe to find your friends and family, and as always our friends and the family that we choose for ourselves. I think it's very important, and to speak your truth, and the people that resonate with you and people that know what you're talking about will come to your existence and to your life. This is my experience, and a lot of time nowadays, if I'm meeting something and it's something that resonates badly in my mind, like someone comes and someone's, I don't know, cries like, okay, and this is bad and this is bad. A lot of time after this kind of conversation, I'm thinking, okay, so what is inside of me still running some program, or I don't know, some belief or some wrong belief, that I still get this from the universe, and it's annoying me. So something inside me tells me, okay, you still have this wrong belief about something, or about, you know, or you want to whine, or you want, you know, somewhere, you know, you feel like whining, and it's not the truth. It's just something. So a lot of times my experiences outside are nowadays. It took me for a while. Nowadays I understand. Okay, if something happened outside, it means that inside me something wrong, and I need to work on this part or that part.
We're human after all, and we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and so we can't be hard on ourselves as well. We have to recognize we are humans and we make mistakes. We have our good days, we all have our bad days. Nobody's perfect. And we should just accept ourselves as, oh, I'm just being human today, I'm sorry. Please hold space for me, and send love and gratitude for the people that do.
Yeah, so it's very like, be kind to yourself. A lot of times we are so harsh with ourselves, especially as a women, and as a men as well, because we have this in our mind, this society, you know, structure that we need to fit or not to fit, this, that, or whatever, you know, dogmas that you have, and when you're trying to get free out of those, it still, you know, it takes time. And then still, like, you know, you coming back to this, and sometimes you look in your mirror and say, oh, yeah, this is the morning. It was, by the way, it was today's morning. I look at me and I have those bags under the eyes, and I say, oh, yeah, right. And I have a filming day today, so, oh. But, you know, after a while, she came actually, and I played the happy songs. Just to elevate a little bit the energy in the room, and you know, it happens. It's the morning, and you know, no one wakes up absolutely beautiful in the morning.
Not every day, no.
Not every day, at least. So you know, something. And okay, I'm tense. It took me about 10 to 15 minutes to realize and to breathe in, breathe out, exercise, and to, you know, expand your energy and feel well, and just to get to the point to feel happy. But it took 10 minutes, but after 10 minutes I'm okay. I cooked the food, I cooked the breakfast for son, and cooked breakfast for us later, and you know, just for the lunch, so just to have fun, and you know, to continue with your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. So thank you so much for this
Thank
opening
you.
video. So thank you for being here, and I'm the hugger in the family. Thank you so much. So we're going to have her more. Don't you love her? Because I do. She's absolutely amazing. And you can ask her any question you want in this video.
Yep. And if you wanted more details, you can come see me for a consultation if you wish. If you have problems with digestion or you want help with support through your leaky gut syndrome, feel free to contact me. I do consultations online as well.
Yes, and please contact her. And I have all her details and all the videos in the description box below. And I will link in the video itself, at least I will try to link in the video itself to her blog and to contact her. And are you doing Skype session as well?
Yes, I do Skype sessions. And for people with Macs, FaceTime as well. Macs
Yeah.
and iPads, there's always FaceTime.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
So next time, what we're going to do next time?
Next time we'll talk about digestion and how digestion works, and you get to know some more detailed information about how our body breaks down food.
Healthy digestion.
Yes.
So if you have any questions to her about healthy digestion, how we work, so please ask me here and let me know here on Facebook or Twitter or everywhere, and we will answer all those questions, and we will try to give as much information as we can. So see you next time. Love you all, and as usual, don't forget to subscribe, write me a comment, thumbs up me, and cheers, Victoria. Love you all.
Bye. See you next time.
Bye. Oh, it's lovely. I like that.